Hey everybody, Adam here, and this video is going to be a WordPress tutorial. I'm going to take you through sort of a general overview of WordPress so you can get familiar with it and get started with your blogging right away. Now the next video I'm going to do is going to be more in detail and more specific as to exactly how I set up my blogs before I start blogging and sort of the tools that I use to run a successful blog. However, this video it's going to be more of an overview to get your feet wet and get you used to WordPress. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but with as much information as possible as well. So let's dive right in. The first thing we want to go over is logging in to the WordPress admin area. So here I am on the website at adamsnewblog.com. Now, depending on your theme, you probably have a meta here, especially if it's just newly installed. In the sidebar, go ahead and click on Login. Now, if you don't have that, you're going to have to type this in into the address bar exactly as you see it here at the top, the adamsnewblog.com/wp-admin or wp-login.php. And that'll take you to the login page. We can go ahead and log in with the username and password that you used to create the system. Now, when you first log in, you're going to see the dashboard. To be completely honest, I don't really use the dashboard. I don't configure it. I don't really do much with it. It just is what it is here. It's not really going to be the focus of anything here. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is how to change the how to change the site title. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open up the site in a new tab so that I can compare sort of the admin area to the site from time to time. So you see the site title now is Adam's New Blog, and say we wanted to change that to something different. Maybe that's just sort of a default thing when we installed it and we want to set up our own. Under Settings, General, and in here you'll see Site Title and Tagline, and that is this big site title here, and then the little tagline underneath is just another WordPress site. So the site title, let's change it from Adam's New Blog. Say I want to call it Adam's Adventure Blog, and maybe the tagline I'm going to be follow along with me on my latest adventure. So I have that copy there. I'll just paste that in, and once you're done there, click on Save Changes at the bottom, and we can refresh the site. You'll notice Adam's Adventure Blog's there, and then follow along with me on my latest adventures. So that's the site title. Nothing else you really need to worry about under settings for right now. This is sort of the most important area you'll look at. We'll go into more detail in the next video on that. But the most important thing you're going to want to do is add posts. So you'll notice on the site we have the Welcome to My New Blog post. That's sort of the default one we created, or the first one we created when we did this video. Or when we set up WordPress in the beginning. But what we're going to do is click on Posts over in the left-hand column. And you'll see that post in there already. We're going to click on Add New underneath it. Alright, now I'm going to just copy in a post that I just have quickly here. The post is called Welcome to the Adventure of WordPress and Blogging. Now, you can type out your post using this editor here. It's basically just like a Word document. You're able to do all sorts of things. If you want to highlight some words, you can bold them, italicize them. There's all sorts of different things you can do here. Create a link directly in here. Change the color and things like that. We can change them from headings to paragraphs. Everything you could do basically in a Word document, you can do right here as well. And so, for example, here are 3 things I like the most about WordPress. It's easy to use, it's fun to use, and it's free to use. Now, if I wanted to highlight all 3 of those, I can make them a list, whether it's an unordered or an ordered list. So again, a lot of the functionality just like if you were using a Word document. Now, I'm going to show you quickly how to add how to add an image to your post. Underneath the title, you can click on Add Media. Oh, and you'll see that I already have a media added here, but what I'm going to do is add something else for you. I'm going to upload files. Okay, sorry about that. And we're going to drag files anywhere to upload. So I'm going to find images, and I'm going to upload Adam Bait 350 by 350. These are just images that I use online. So this is the one that I uploaded. Here's the link and all the information on it. The title I'm going to change to Adam Bate. The caption, the alt text, and the description, they're all optional if you want them. I'm just going to leave them all blank for now. Another thing down here, link to, I usually switch that to none as well. I'll use full size to leave it the full size, and I'm going to click on Insert into Post. And so there you have it. Now the image is here in the post, and you'll notice that I can drag and drop this. If I don't like it at the bottom of the post, I can move it to the first of the post. And I can sort of tab this underneath. I can move it sort of to the middle of the post as well. So you can move it basically however you want it within the post. Oh, let me put it at the top of the post. And so that adds an image into the post. And another thing I'm going to show you is how to add a video to a post, but I'm going to do that with a second post. Now, before you publish your post, over to the right, you'll notice the categories. Now, categories are basically the topics that you talk about on your blog. So say, since this is my adventure blog, it's called, I'm going to add a few categories to this. Maybe one I'm going to call hiking. Okay, that sounds like an adventure activity. Maybe skydiving. Maybe skiing, and let's do the last one, camping. Now this post I can put in as many or as few categories as I'd like to. So let's put it in hiking. This post obviously isn't about hiking, but let's just for argument's sake put it in the category there. Another thing you can do is tag a post. So if the post has something in it that you'd want to search for, you'd want to find out later, tags are a great way to do that. Maybe I tag this one photo because there's a photo in it. I'm going to tag it WordPress because I talked about WordPress. And then I'm going to tag it maybe tutorial because it's a tutorial post or something like that. So let's go ahead and click on add, and those tags will get added there as well. Once you have everything set up for the post, once it's looking how you think you want it to look, go ahead and click on publish to the right, and this will publish the post, and we'll be able to go back to the site, refresh, and see it. Now we can click on the post, and it'll bring up the main post, and you can see the image, and it does a little bit of formatting here for us. Oh, and it added in the ABC here for us as well. So go back to the home page. You can see a list of posts there, and there's our new post. So I am going to show you one more post quickly because I want to show you how you can add in a video. It's really easy. Under post, click on posts again. I'm going to click on add video. I'm going to do awesome skydiving video. Hey everyone, check out this awesome skydiving video I found on YouTube. And the great thing about YouTube videos and WordPress is that you can embed the video in your post by just copying the URL from YouTube. So we're going to go right to youtube.com. Let's look for skydiving videos. I don't want anything gone wrong. Award-winning skydiving video. Looks awesome. The only thing I have to do is copy this link. So copy link, and then I'm going to paste this into the editor. And then I'm going to choose a category, which in this case will be skydiving. And then I'm going to tag it video and just video for this one. So add that, click publish. I can close it to YouTube. And go back to the site, refresh this. You'll see awesome skydiving video. When we click on that, you'll notice the video is embedded right on our blog. Really easy to embed YouTube videos. Great way to engage your audience, whether it's your own video or someone else's video. Excellent way to keep them on the site longer, keep them engaged. Very easy to do with WordPress. And that's video. So we went over the categories. The categories, as you'll notice, changed up here. Depending on your theme, your categories might sort of appear in different areas. In our case, they're showing up along the top, but they're also showing up along the right sidebar. Really depends on the theme, but categories are basically just a way to to give your content sort of a place on the site. So moving on from posts, we'll look, actually before we move on, just go back to the all posts. You can delete a post and edit a post. If you hover over, you click edit, it just brings you back to the same screen we were in. Or you can click delete, or sorry, trash, and it'll move it to the trash. If you moved it to the trash by mistake, not a problem. There's a trash button up here, click on that, and then you can hover over this and then restore, and that will move the post back into the all post section, and here it is again. So really easy managing posts. Now pages are going to be managed the same way. If we click on pages, you'll notice that this looks the exact same as the posts did, except the pages are going to be a little bit more static, and we're going to set up, in this case there's an about one by default, so let's go ahead and click on that. And there's no content in here. Sometimes there's the default content in here, but I'm going to go ahead, I've written up just a little bit about myself. So hi everyone, my name is Adam Bate. I'm a full-time blogger and adventure seeker. This is my home on the internet, and I hope you enjoy reading. So I don't really need that as well. Click update over to the right, and we're going to go into the about page here in the site now. And you'll notice there's my little write-up. Now, you know, if this were your blog, or if this was going to be the blog that I was really going to use, this write-up would be quite long. It'd be like a little bio. I'd probably put an image in with it, you know, give a little bit of background as to sort of how or why I started the blog, and what people can expect on the blog and things like that. So let this, you know, whether it's bragging or just showing off sort of or showcasing, you know, your skills or your information, the about page is all about you. And another page that you might want is a contact page. So we're going to click on add new here to add a new page. Let's call this one contact, and I'll say quickly, you can reach me by email at adam@adamsnewblog.com. We're going to head over here to the right, click publish. We're going to refresh the site again, and you'll notice a contact page here. We'll click on that. You can reach me by email at here. Now there are a lot of plugins and things that you can use to put in a contact form and things like that. I'll get into all of that in the next video in a little bit more detail. But this is a basic contact page. Let's go back to the home page and see everything here. And just like posts, if you click on pages, you know, you can have the ability to edit them or trash them, and the same, you can go back into the trash and undelete them or restore them as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to quickly look at is managing themes and switching between themes. Now in this case we have the Bueno theme installed, and I installed that when we set up the blog and set up WordPress. Under appearances and themes, what we're going to do is we're going to look at new themes and change and sort of show you how changing themes affects your website. The great thing about it is all the posts, all the pages, all the tags, all the categories will remain consistent even when you switch themes. So let's go ahead and click on install themes, and let's start by searching through the feature filters. Let's do an orange blog with 2 columns and find themes. And so this will bring us up some orange blogs, or some blogs with orange in it with 2 columns. And so what you can do is just search through. There's so many, literally thousands and thousands of themes on WordPress. You can search by newest and by featured as well. Or you can upload your own if you've found your own, you know, on the internet, whether it's free or you paid for it. If you want some premium themes, let me know. I can hook you up with some great looking sort of blogging premium themes. But let's go back to the main themes, to the manage themes. I'm just going to switch to 2011. This is just another default one, but I'm going to go ahead and activate this just to show you. We'll refresh the page. So the theme has changed. I have the same title and the same tagline. I have the same posts, the awesome skydiving. the WordPress post and the first post. And you'll notice that, yeah, basically all the content and all the data is consistent between sort of themes. You'll see my about and contact page. The only thing that's changed is the layout and the theme. But let's go back to the original theme. I like that one a little bit better. And refresh that, and we're back to normal. And so those are themes you can change if you get bored with a theme or you want to try something new for a little while. Don't need to worry about your posts and your pages disappearing or just something happening, because everything will be fine. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the sidebar and widgets. You'll notice here over to the right side, so far we've only talked about things that appear here. The posts and the pages appear sort of in the main content area, but you will notice there's this block of content over here to the right. It's referred to as the sidebar because it is the bar over to the side, but it's referred to the sidebar in the blogging world. There's all sorts of different things you can do to it. I'll show you typically how I set up my sidebar for my own blogs when I get into the next video about configuring the blog. But for this video, let's just take a general look at sort of what's involved and how to edit and how to add and remove things. So we'll go hover over Appearances, click on Widgets. So again, these are all called widgets, and you'll notice in the sidebar one here over to the right, you can see the list of everything that was there: search, recent posts and comments, archives, categories, and meta. All of that right here. So the first thing we can get rid of, we'll notice that there hasn't been any comments on the blog, so we can remove recent comments right away. We might want to add it later on when we get more of an audience and people are actually engaging, but that doesn't look very good to just sort of leave it blank there. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh that. You'll notice that disappeared. Another thing, this search bar, I don't really like it there. I don't think it's necessary, so let's remove that. And again, refresh. Wonderful. What I'm going to do now is add something else in, and you'll notice that there's a section here on available widgets. Now, depending on the theme you have, there may be even more available widgets. Some themes come with a variety of widgets sort of built in. Also, plugins will extend sort of these widgets as well, whether you want a Facebook like box or like a bio or anything like that. But to keep things simple, I'm going to add in a text widget, and this is basically a custom widget that is anything you want. So I'm just going to say hi and if I could type, welcome to the website. Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by and welcome to the website. I hope you enjoy my new blog. So click save, and we're going to refresh, and then that new widget you can see is right here at the top. Hi and welcome to the website. Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by the website. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to the website. Hope you enjoy my new blog. So we just created a sidebar widget here as well. Now this is just a pretty basic one, but we'll get into more advanced ones in the next video when we use some plugins to extend that. Now let's transition into plugins now, because I did want to sort of bring this up. If you click on plugins over to the left, you'll notice there are probably a couple installed by default in your installation. One's probably Hello Dolly, and Akismet is the other one. You might have, depending on what you accepted when you installed it, you might have a little bit more. But these are basically extending functionality of your website. So things like tracking with Google Analytics and traffic statistics, or anti-spam plugins and anti-spam software. Perhaps even things like Facebook integration or social media integration. This can all be sort of plugged in, so to speak, to WordPress through the plugins. Just to demonstrate one to you, I'm going to show you the Google Analytics one. So let's go ahead and click on Add New. I'm just going to search for Google Analytics. Click Search Plugins. Now I know the best one here that I always use is this Google Analytics for WordPress. They all do pretty much the same thing. It's the one I'm most comfortable with, so I'm going to click on Install Now. Click OK. It'll pop up asking me to to activate the plugin. We're going to go ahead and activate that right now. We're going to click on Settings to set up the settings. So here I already have the UA code in here. This is just a default one. When you first open this plugin, it's going to look as if you need to set up your Google Analytics profile. You can do that by logging into your Google Analytics account, or just as easily clicking manually enter your UA code and entering something in here. Now obviously this isn't a real code, this is just sort of the default one that's in there, sort of to test things out, or for default, or by default. You can find this code in your Google Analytics and easily set it up here. Once you have that in, click on Update Google Analytics Settings, and then you're good to go. Your Google Analytics is set up. Now every visitor who reaches your blog will be tracked through Google Analytics. Now that's it on plugins. Again, I will go into a little bit more detail in the next video, but before we wrap up, I want to quickly touch on users. Over to the left, let's click on users, and you can see, I am the only user here. If I wanted to change my password, I'd click on Edit, scroll to the bottom, under New Password, I'd set up a new password, click Update Profile, and now my password's changed. You can also sort of change your display name, add your first name in here. I can add my name if my name wasn't in there. Maybe I want my nickname to be Adam instead of admin, because that doesn't make much sense. And you can even write a bio in here. You can do all sorts of stuff here. Not necessary, but it certainly the password is what I wanted to note in here. So let's go ahead and click Update Profile. Also, under users, you can add a new user. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's call this user admin. Give them admin at adamsnewblog.com. Admin. And obviously you'd give them a real password, a real first and last name. We can make them administrator. You can send the password to the new user by email if you'd like. I won't, because this isn't a real person. Go ahead and click on Add New User, and you can notice there's you will notice that there's a second user in here now. So say if you had a co-author, or someone that you wanted to blog with, or even someone who's offering some tech support. You just wanted to add quickly to the admin area so that they could help you out with something. A great way to add a user is right through here. And I believe that's everything for WordPress in a nutshell. I'm sure I'm missing something, but we'll tackle all of the sort of nuts and bolts in the next video, and I'll show you exactly what I do to set up every one of my websites and every one of my blogs, so the steps I take before I get started, and the tools I use to set myself up for success every time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.